major changes in the department. Provost Terry Brown will be discussing them later this year. The program started a petition to receive, quote, a clearly identified public space for the honors program, which will house an office, classroom, and student housing. Signatures from the honors students and offered various arguments as to why the program should receive its own space. These included the argument that only 27% of these 300 honors students actually live in the honors dorms. A space exclusively meant for honor students will increase connections and overall sense of community among members and the faculty of the program. The petition also claims the honors program is lacking recognition from Fredonia's administration and is not meeting state honors programs, and they do not have the collegiate space that they need. Access for the students and a focal point for the honors activity, end quote. Dr. David Kinkella, the chair of the program, sent an email to all honor students announcing that on September 29th, the leadership of the team of the honors program will be holding a public meeting with Fredonia Provost Terry Brown. Scholarships in the honors programs and student activities. The leadership is encouraging all honor students to come to the meeting to support the advancement of the program.
The Buffalo Niagara Film Festival will be screening Moods, Mountains, and Masterpieces. A portrait of an artist, Tom Menier, a documentary by SUNY Fredonia's very own professor, Rosalind Smith. The documentary is the first in a triptych of films by Miss Smith, which each film featuring a different artist. The second film in the series, which features Carolyn Grady, received the Broadcast Education Award for Excellence in the Creative category. Having already been screened at the 1891 Fredonia Opera House and at festivals in both Quebec and Miami, Moods, Mountains, and Masterpieces will now be showcased at the Four Seasons Cinema 6 in Niagara Falls on Tuesday, September 26th at 8 p.m. Starbucks on the SUNY Fredonia campus has been looking for ways to get their customers more involved, and they might have just found something. Taylor Golisano has our story on campus. Can they pause it?
Fredonia Starbucks is bringing a new interactive twist to their drink menu, allowing students to create their very own blended beverage with a chance to be permanently on the menu. All you have to do is make up your blended beverage name, choose the flavors you want, then submit it into the drop box located at the end of the bar.
We're hoping to really, not necessarily increase sales, but increase popularity of different drinks that we offer, because it will be a competitive challenge, kind of a drink off at the very end to really see what people are interested in. I'm hoping to gain excitement in Starbucks.
Starbucks is a central area on campus where teachers and students can meet up to study, socialize, and relax.
I'm really excited to see what people come up with and trying the different drinks to figure out what creations are the best. I think it'll be a lot of fun, and it's a great way to get Fredonia students involved in just some random things on campus.
Starbucks will be looking forward to your submissions placed in the Dropbox by September 15th. Good luck! Reporting from Starbucks on the SUNY Fredonia campus, I'm Taylor Golisano with your Channel 8 update.
Starbucks on the Fredonia campus has been looking for ways to get their customers more involved, and they might have just found something. If you haven't been to Starbucks recently, now would be a good time to check it out and maybe even add your own beverage to the mix.
Joins us now for the weather. He is here. Lucas, hello, good evening.
Hello, Patrick.
What do we have cooking into
For the
weather?
past few days, we have had beautiful weather, and that is not supposed to end anytime soon. Tomorrow is supposed to be a high of 79. This weekend is supposed to maintain that trend with beautiful sunny weather in the low 80s. This will last until next Wednesday, so make sure you haven't packed away your summer clothes. This weather is extending all across New York State, so even if you're traveling, you'll be lucky. Make sure you take some time this weekend to get outside and enjoy the weather.
Just a minute. This is Channel 8 Update on WNYF.
outlast you, try to break your will. But however loud the loudness gets, however many cheese puffs may fly, you're the driver, the one in control. Stand firm. Just wait. And move only when you hear the click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
Most party fouls are pretty dumb. But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving. The ultimate party foul.
Guess what? I have some news for you. There's free food right there. Junk food. You see that truck? Oh, jeez. It's a 2 Michelin star chef. All for free, ladies and gentlemen. All for free.
Here we have a panzanella with summer vegetables and pesto. How we doing?
What do you got going on underneath that plate there?
This food is really about to be thrown away.
Yeah.
Is there something wrong with it? Where did you get it from?
From farmers market. They put aside the ugly vegetables and the ugly fruits.
Carrot top, chopped avocados. It was all food that was going to be discarded.
Even the drink you had is made from like a little balloon. And it tastes a little balloon. The average person throws away 24 pounds of food a month. Not a lot. Go visit savethefood.com for more information. Thank you. Junk food time.
But you're exactly what I'm looking for.
Your company could be missing out on the candidate it needs most. Learn how to find, cultivate, and train a great pool of untapped talent at gradsoflife.org.
I realized that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you judge me for having a problem. No one is going to know that I need help. I need help. I know that no one is going to judge me for having a problem. I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you listen.
I guess sometimes things just happen. Devastating things. It's got nothing to do with fairness. Bam. Your whole world changes in an instant. And you never see it coming. That's what happened to me. The day my mother had a stroke.
I'm Paul George, and I want you to learn the signs of a stroke fast. F-A-S-T.
F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911. Because the sooner they get to the hospital, the sooner they'll get treatment. And that can make a remarkable difference in their recovery.
Protect the ones you love.
Spot a stroke. F-A-S-T. Fast.
Guess what? I have some news for you. There's free food right there. Junk food. You see that truck? Oh, jeez. It's a 2 Michelin star chef. All for free, ladies and gentlemen. All for free.
Here we have a panzanella with summer vegetables and pesto. Enjoy. How we doing?
So what do you got going on underneath that plate there?
This food is really about to be thrown away.
Is there something wrong with this food?
Where did you get it from?
From farmers markets. They put aside the ugly vegetables and the ugly fruits.
Carrot top, soft avocados. It was all food that was going to be discarded.
Even the drink you had is made from like a little bruised peach. Did it taste a little bruised?
It was good.
The average person throws away 24 pounds of food a month.
That's a lot.
Isn't that a lot? Go visit savethefood.com for more information. Thank you. Junk food time!
Sunday in Barker Commons. Here's a look at what's to come. Probably didn't load.
She's got to stop the prompter.
Is on air 24/7 with their two stations, WDVL and WCVF FM. But once a year, they decide to bring the community and campus together for a great cause.
And here at Fredonia Radio headquarters, preparations are well underway for the big event.
We'll organize it is gazebo with the bands / people.
General Manager Noah Maciejewski is here to tell us more.
So, Rockin' the Commons is Fredonia Radio System's annual event. It's a benefit for the Roswell Park Cancer Institute in Buffalo. We have an all-day-long music festival downtown in Barker Commons, and we bring people out. There's food, music, games, raffles, all sorts of stuff, and then all the money that we raise goes to the Roswell Park Cancer Institute.
This year's lineup of musical acts includes a local band, Kill the Clock. We had the chance to sit down with their lead singer, Dan McCormick.
Kill the Clock is a punk rock band from Buffalo, New York, and we've been touring a little bit more extensively recently and putting out some new EPs, and we're starting to record new music now, and yeah, we're just trying to grow our fan base. We are very excited to play at Rockin' the Commons again. It's always a very fun event for us to do, and yeah, it's just a cool thing to do here in Fredonia. For me personally, I'm connected to the cause because I've had two grandparents that have lost their lives to cancer, and I think that it's a topic that a lot of people can relate to, and Rockin' the Commons is just a great event for people to come out and show their support for it and come out in remembrance of friends or loved ones who have also lost their lives to cancer.
Just a short walk from SUNY Fredonia campus, the fun kicks off at 11 a.m. September 23rd. Music, food, and entertainment will soon take over the streets of Fredtown. This is Olivia Cachito for Channel 8 Update.
President Donald Trump spoke at the United Nations General Assembly for the first time yesterday morning. When starting his speech, the president stated how well the United States has been doing since the election, but quickly moved into the topic of North Korea. Trump stated that the regime was responsible for the starvation death of millions of North Koreans and for the imprisonment, torture, killing, and oppression of countless more. Unquote. The president then turned the focus on the world leaders, saying, quote, "It is an outrage that some nations would not only trade with such a regime, but would arm, supply, and financially support a country that imperils the world with nuclear conflict," unquote. Following this statement, Trump shocked the assembly by stating, quote, "The United States has great strength and patience, but if it is forced to defend itself or its allies, we will have no choice but to totally destroy North Korea," unquote. Trump followed the shocking announcement by stating, quote, "Rocket Man is on a suicide mission for himself and for his regime," unquote. Trump finished his topic on North Korea by stating, quote, "The United States is ready, willing, and able, but hopefully this will not be necessary," unquote.
University of Utah students were caught and charged with criminal mischief after BYU's Cougar statue was vandalized early in the morning on September 9th. Hours before the BYU-Utah game, they were caught red-handed 15 minutes after spray painting two red U logos and white smiling faces on the Cougar statue. They almost got away with it, but the one thing that stopped them from doing so was selfies. Yes, selfies helped to incriminate the culprits, two males ages 18 and 20 and two females 18 and 19. If convicted, all four suspects will pay hefty fines of a couple $100 each, but luckily for them, there would be no jail time.
The new iPhone 8 is available, and it's different. At least that is what Apple will tell you. The new phone was released at the newly constructed Steve Jobs Theater in Cupertino, California last week. It features wireless charging, a new glass back, upgraded cameras, and a brand new iOS. It will be featured with a regular display size of 4.7 inches and a larger Plus version coming in at 5.5 inches. If you want this new technology, it will come at a price. The iPhone 8 costs $699, and the iPhone 8 Plus comes in at $799 in a departure from the past. The phone is available for pre-order, and it will be available at retail stores this Friday. The much-anticipated iPhone X will be released this November.
The annual Walk to End Alzheimer's is here. As one of the over 600 locations in the United States, the event raises money to the research for a cure to cancer. Brad Baccaro's in the field with more details.
As the ribbon is cut by Dana Corwin, she officially leads off this year's Walk to End Alzheimer's at Gradient Park in Dunkirk. Dana's walking team, the Chautauqua Office for the Aging, has dedicated their walk this year to someone very important in Dana's life.
Actually, my mom passed. We walk in honor of her today. Yvonne German suffered with the disease for about 8 years.
Yvonne was one of over 5 million Americans diagnosed with Alzheimer's, a disease that affects a person's memory, thinking, and behavior. With 45 teams and over 250 participants pre-registered, the event has already raised over $16,000, with the expectation of more to come.
We had pre-registered about 280 people, and we're expecting about 500 people.
The money raised by the Alzheimer's Association this Saturday morning goes towards the development of a cure, plus classes and consultations for those with Alzheimer's.
The funding that we receive at the walk today basically allows for that.
As volunteers show up to the event, they place a flower down to remember friends and families whose lives have been affected by Alzheimer's. After finishing the walk, people come to grab their flower and hold it in the air.
We are going to have you all raise your flowers, and we want to see all of those flowers in the air to show you are not alone.
As one of over 600 annual walks in the United States, this 2-mile walk is meant to be a message for those who are affected by Alzheimer's.
This event is our beacon of hope to show the first survivor. We're going to get there. We are working on research. We are working on a cure. We want that more than anything else.
We need to end Alzheimer's disease, and we need to end it now.
For Channel 8 Update, I'm Brad Baccaro.
All right, and as the event wraps up for this year, the total money raised for the fight against Alzheimer's has rose to $29,972.50, donated from 50 teams of up to 391 participants.
And we'll be back after these messages.
I'll be right back. Hi! You think you're probably sober?
Yeah.
But you're thinking about taking the back roads home, just in case. If you're probably sober, then why would you do that? Good choice.
Probably okay isn't okay. If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
That's a full glass of wine. I'll be chatting you later.
I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you judge me for having a problem. No one is going to know that I need help. I need help. I know that no one is going to judge me for having a problem. I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you listen.
Oh, look, a redhead. Staring contest. You still got it. I know.
Come alive with the forest.
The dad was cute.
You were looking right at us.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. That's 1 in 5 daughters, sons, neighbors, and classmates who don't know where their next meal is coming from. Yet billions of pounds of good food go to waste every year. It's time we do something about it. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide meals to millions of kids and families in need. Visit feedingamerica.org to help them feed even more. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
Same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1,000,000. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
Hamilton was adopted from a rescue in 2008. He really likes to be around people. And as soon as I start to make my breakfast, Hamilton is right there. I get out my mat and I'm doing a downward dog and he's underneath. He's quite the pug about town. He gets invited to a lot of parties. He knows he's a pretty big deal. I mean, look at this little face. How could you not love him?
It's me, Artie. Come see what I collected from the Creative Galaxy in my idea box.
Transform your world.
Will you help me make art?
Before you throw it away,
Hey, I have an idea.
think outside the box.
Be amazing!
Give your cardboard box another life. Recycle.
Hi, I'm Aaron Sember. Blue Devils win in overtime. The Fredonia Blue Devils soccer team defeated Geneva in an overtime win on Saturday. Sophomore Dylan Moser scored the goal 1 minute and 10 seconds in overtime to give the Blue Devils a 2-1 lead. This was Moser's first goal of the season. After this win, the Blue Devils soccer team has a record of 5-1, with 3 of the wins being overtime victories. The first goal was scored by senior Ryan Ross in the 75th minute of the game. After scoring the first goal of this game, boosting his total to 3 goals this season. Another highlight is the goalie sophomore Ty Betham made 3 saves. The SUNY Athletic Conference part of the season starts Friday with a game against Brockport. And in other sports news, Kyrie Irving reflected on his trade to the Boston Celtics. His motivation to request a trade with his pursuit of happiness. The decision to request his trade was unrelated to his former teammate LeBron James. He also said it had nothing with wanting to be the man, claiming he has no ego. For Irving, it is about perfecting his craft and playing point guard for a storied franchise. Kyrie stated, "I'm looking forward to becoming something that I've always envisioned myself being. That's being a complete point guard on a great team." He doesn't want to play one-on-one anymore, going on to say that's how I appreciate the game. He also clarified that it wasn't about the money. He emphasizes that it will take a while to click as a team. However, he was part of an evolving roster in Cleveland, so he can help use his experience to help evolve the new Celtics.
All right, Aaron, that was a lot of sports. Welcome to the Channel 8 Update team.
Thank you.
Shauna, how'd you feel about those sports?
I loved it. It was fabulous.
It was good, right?
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
Aaron, welcome. It was a
Thank
good
you.
time, right?
Yes.
All right, we'll see you back. All right.
Back in a few moments.
Most party fouls are pretty dumb. But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving, the ultimate party foul.
You've messed up your son's haircut. Do you try to fix it? Work with what you've got? Or show solidarity?
Thank you, babe. You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Remember that to love America is to love all Americans. Because love has no labels.
Había un niño que era muy sensible a luces y sonidos. Construía escondites donde no podían entrar. No le gustaba mirar a la gente a los ojos. Lo hacía sentir incómodo. Un día se descubrió que tenía autismo. Con ayuda poco a poco aprendió a vivir mejor con ello.
Mientras más pronto se diagnostique, mejor. Conoce las señales en autismspeaks.org.
Your son wants to get a cat, but you're allergic. Do you A, prepare yourself, B, make the best of it,
C squared equals 25.
Or C, find a loophole. When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers, but that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
We cannot be bystanders.
We can stop to make sure someone is okay.
We can warn someone when their drink isn't safe.
And disrupt the situation.
We can.
Get someone the cab.
Or walk them home safely.
We can make campuses safer for our friends.
Our roommates.
Our classmates. Our fellow human beings.
We cannot be bystanders.
We can. Intervene.
It's on us.
All of us.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
All right, lately we've had beautiful sunny weather and that is not subject to change anytime soon. Tomorrow will be 79 degrees and sunny and that wonderful weather will continue into the foreseeable future. The weekend has highs in the low 80s and there won't be a hint of rain anywhere. Break out your tank tops and bathing suits and head to the beach before the snow starts to hit us. Who knows when that will be?
Saudi Arabia is investigating billions of dollars into this.
Take down the graphic, it's on 6.
Guess.
We let the good times roll. Here's our 5-day outlook. She's gone. Hi, it's me. Let's talk about Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is investing billions of dollars into this entertainment industry, creating more than 22,000 jobs. Public cinemas and theaters are banned. I lost my spot. Here we go. Leaving very few entertainment attractives in the conservative society. A project has been launched to create a sports complex as well as a Six Flags theme park. Numerous Saudi Arabians visit neighboring countries for vacations and holidays, and officials would rather the people spend their money in the domestic economy, hoping to become a destination for the beach vacations. The country is planning to build resorts, hotels, and residential units on about 100 miles of sandy coastline in the Red Sea.
The citizens of northern Japan were woken abruptly Friday by a blaring and raid sirens signaling a Northern Korean intermediate-range ballistic missile was about to fly over their heads. This was the second time in just over 2 weeks they had fired a projectile over Japanese territory, a provocation which was immediately condemned by Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. The missile passed over the northern island of Hokkaido, where anxious residents told local media they didn't understand why North Korea was acting so antagonistically. Friday's launch was widened a growing fault line in the ideological war over how Japan should deal with the Northern Korean threat to the region.
All right, and central Mexico is still recovering from today's earthquake, the country's deadliest since 1985, centered about 76 miles southeast of Mexico City. The magnitude 7.1 quake has claimed the lives of over 200, with bodies still being uncovered each day. Emergency workers continue to search the collapsed buildings for survivors. Many areas are still experiencing electricity and cell phone service outages.
New business on the block. Downtown Fredonia introduces the Spot and Spell El Mokajit. Here is Madison Breslin walking downtown to find out.
The community. New businesses include a Spot and Spell, a Harry Potter-themed tea room, and El Mocajete, a new restaurant providing authentic Mexican cuisine. Lady of the Lake owner Patty Valentine explains the inspiration behind Fredonia's new tea room, a place where college students and the community can come study or relax.
I couldn't have done it without the support of the other vendors, and it's a community store. It's commission-free, and when people shop there, they're actually supporting local families, and that's what it's all about.
She is also teaching potions, herbology classes, and having costume contests where fans can come and immerse themselves in the Harry Potter world. If the Spot and Spell isn't your cup of tea, come down to El Mocajete, the new Mexican grill.
It's any Mexican restaurant here, and I think that customers need a Mexican restaurant, authentic. We had a small business in Dunkirk, and we had a lot of college students going to Dunkirk, so we was thinking that's better idea to come in Fredonia. We already told them, but we need like more marketing. Long time ago, I worked as a waitress, and I like to talk with the customers, and I love my job.
Segura adds that the dishes our family takes on traditional recipes. I'm Madison Breslin, Channel 8 Update.
I'm saying
Lot going on downtown. Be sure to check it out.
All right, and thanks so much for joining us tonight, folks. We had a few kinks to work out, but that's all right. From Before Bed airs tonight at 10 p.m., and on behalf of the Channel 8 Update team, good night.